Welcome to the Muslim blog. When I was younger, I had some very serious questions that I would ask the Lord about everything, right? Why did I exist? Like, who am I? Those kind of topics, right? Like, those topics are any number of things that everyone knows, right? When a person thinks, though, that a human being doesn't love God, exactly. When we look at a human being, no one has to tell that to a human being. The reason I exist is you, exactly. When we talk about that, though, it has to be between the individual and God, exactly. But when a person thinks, though, that something like that is not obvious, let me know. The issue is whether or not when a person talks about nearly any topic, they're talking about something that a human being is by its very nature. As if it's about someone programming someone, eh? Exactly. When the human sits down, exactly. In that sense, though, when persons are in any kind of topic, it has to do with whether anyone can instruct someone in something that deep, right? Like, exactly, but when a person is talking about nearly any topic, it has to do with their own subjects in that sense, right? Like, a person has their own way in terms of any particular topic. But when we discuss the issue of whether a person is programmed, exactly, my Lord, exactly. In that sense, when a person is in a particular topic, though, it has to do with whether anyone cares about things that are contrived. Contrived looks like exactly when someone is talking about anything in particular, like we don't know about these subjects, right? Like if a person is talking about nearly any topic, it must be for any number of reasons, right? But to me, reason-based argument by itself, exactly. But isn't it a wonderful freedom? Exactly. When we do talk about it, though, he gave us intellect for a reason, exactly. But when we look at any number of topics, though, a person can say it's so much more than that. But when we have the faculty, exactly. In that sense, though, when I do look at a question about that, we could ask a basic question, right? Like, if a person is in a particular topic, we can say, since we don't care about it exactly. In that sense, it has to do with the faculty, exactly. But someone can say, Lord, it seems a little crazy. Exactly. But, oh well, it has to do with that. We speak exactly. How did he create anything? Exactly. But in that sense, it goes without saying, eh? Like when we're in his image, exactly. But persons can say we literally are, exactly. But when a person's talking about nearly any topic, it has to do with things like that, though. But let's say, for example, none of that and that kind of thing, right? If we understand, though, that that is about infinite exactly, but when we take a look at infinity, though, exactly. But if the person is talking about why we care about a subject, let me know, exactly. When persons are talking about nearly any topic, it has to do with whether we understand our own potential. But potential, what is that? When someone is a vice regent, exactly. But when we look at something regardless of those topics, so nearness is about whether exactly, but if the person is talking about a particular topic, it must be because no one cares about anything, exactly. But when persons are in their own topic, it has to do with things in terms of it, right? But when someone is talking about nearly any subject, as if anything can harm the individual, exactly. When we're in any kind of situation, it has to do with basic things like that. No one can tell the individual where they're going, exactly. When someone is in any kind of topic, it has to do with things that are at a level that the person understands, exactly. But when we talk about nearly any topic, as if that's new, right? When we talk about the fact that God is Lord of all the worlds, exactly. When someone is talking about nearly any topic, there has to be no attack, exactly. In that sense, though, a human being is dealing with any number of topics, exactly. But when persons really believe that, let me know, though. There can't be a single attack, exactly. In that sense, though, if the person feels attacked for any... Exactly, but what I tell the person is there cannot be a single attack against a person that God is not there to weather. Impossible. There cannot be anything that happens to the individual, exactly. When someone is talking about a topic, though, it has to do with whether we talked about particular subjects, though, exactly. But there's nothing that a person can go through that God will not weather, exactly. There's no type of attack that a person can be under without God weathering it, exactly. There's not a single attack that a person can be under without God weathering it. In that sense, though, if a person is talking about nearly any topic, it has to do whether we fear anything, exactly. But fear is like that, like when a person is in a particular context, it has to do with whether they really understand that. There can't be a single attack against the person that God cannot weather for them. In that sense, though, since our Lord is like that, exactly. When persons are talking about a different topic, though, it has to do with whether we care about anyone at that point. When someone is talking about nearly any topic, righteous human being, exactly. But when persons think that that is in dispute, exactly. When persons are talking about nearly any topic, though, there is not a single attack against the human being that God cannot weather. In that sense, though, if the person is talking about nearly any subject, though, as if we care about that, right? Like when persons are in a particular topic, it has to do with whether or not that point is something that we can defend continuously, exactly. When we do talk about a topic, though, it has to do with whether anyone cares about that, though. There is not a single attack against the person that God cannot weather with them. In that sense, though, if the person is talking about nearly any topic, it has to do with stuff that we've been talking about. In that sense, though, if the person is talking about nearly any subject, though, it has to do with whether any subject matters. If the person is talking about nearly any topic, it has to do with that. When a person believes that they are untouchable because of God, it is that, though. They really are. No human being can be harmed in any way, shape, or form. The issue is that there can't be any attack against a person without God being there. Exactly. So in that sense, what I try to tell them about their paltry attacks is that, let's say someone is being attacked for being a woman, or white, or black, or green, or purple. Exactly. Let's say someone's being attacked for not being righteous enough, or exactly. Let's say someone is being attacked for making an error. Exactly. Let's say someone is being attacked for any reason. There's no way that anyone can be attacked without God weathering it with them. In that sense, if a person thinks that they're going to attack someone, let me know. If a person is in a particular context, it has to do with basic subjects like that, though. When a person feels that they can talk about a topic, it must be because they were empowered to do so, but most of the time it has to do with obvious subjects like that. If a person says, I did something, if a person says, I went somewhere, whatever it was, has to do with the individual and God, exactly. But when we talk about it, though, human being is like a newborn baby, exactly. When we look at our relationship to God, when a person is in any kind of context, someone can talk about what that means, though. To God, everyone's like a newborn baby, but when person's talking about different topics, as if that wasn't clear the whole time, when someone is talking about a topic, though, it has to do with whether we cared about that, though. In that sense, who cares about any subject? Exactly. When persons are talking about nearly any topic, it has to do with the fact that we don't care about any subject. If the person tells me the subject matters, though, what subject matters exactly? If the person says, for example, you are any number, part of it is that. Persons are playing any number of topics, but we all know who it is, exactly. In that sense, though, when I do look at any number of topics, it's whether someone can be attacked for being anything, whatever that means, exactly. When a person is in any kind of topic, though, it has to do with basic things that human beings cannot be touched with anymore. But in that sense, though, if the person is talking about particular topics, so it is that. Someone says, I did this, or I went to. Part of what I try to tell the person has to do with whether we care about any of that. If the person says a topic has to do with whether a human being can protect themselves from very specific types, exactly, but most of the time it has to do with whether a human being is there for another human being, exactly. In that sense, when I do talk about a particular topic, I wonder why anyone isn't rejoicing, though. Part of it is that when sometimes we get a little serious about a topic, and some people are like that, but in that sense, though, topics are like that. If we work together, exactly, like we didn't know that. But in that sense, though, sometimes things can look a certain way. No, but it has to do with whether anyone cares about these topics. Exactly. In that sense, though, when a person feels any topic, it has to do with that. But when we have reasons to rejoice, exactly, like we don't have that, right? But anyway, when we look at a particular topic, though, it has to do with whether everyone should be rejoicing. Exactly. When persons are talking about rejoicing, it is that, though. But when we talk about a topic, like we don't know the seriousness and all that sort of... No, exactly. In that sense, though, if a person isn't rejoicing, I wonder why, exactly. But if a person is talking about a particular topic, it must be for different reasons. In that sense, let me see, okay? When we talk about a particular topic, let's all rely on God, exactly. In that sense, let's rejoice, exactly.